Hello everyone! I am very excited for today's video because this has become something that I have unexpectedly become really passionate about, and that is modest swimwear. So let me back up and explain to you how my endeavor towards finding modest swimwear, as I'm standing here in my sports bra and my shorts, but that's actually kind of part of my story. My journey to modest swimwear began a couple of years ago. If you have been following my channel for a long time, you know that I am extremely curious, interested, fascinated with theology, different people's faith. So not only like my faith, the Christian faith, but I also find studying just other religions in general to be extremely fascinating. And as I dove down the wormhole in the last 6-7 years towards, a bunch of different faiths, Islam, the LDS Mormon faith, traditional Catholics, Orthodoxy, Christian Orthodoxy, all these different faiths, I just started being exposed to more content creators in these different fields or like faiths, creation fields online. And I started to become exposed to the idea, and this is probably going to be super obvious to a lot of you, but I'm just speaking really honestly, the idea that like what I was raised around, which was Southern California beaches, a very atheistic culture, even though I did grow up in church, I was involved in the entertainment industry, I lived in Los Angeles, I started realizing that the way that people went to the beach, like that wasn't the only option for how one could go to the beach. And I started seeing different cultures, swimwear, and I became like more open and comfortable and like keen to the idea that I didn't have to wear a bikini to the beach. Now, really, it kind of goes back further for me because also, if you've been following my channel for a long time, you know that I had hip surgery when I was 16 years old, and that left my right hip extremely atrophied. Like I'm here, how old am I right now? Geez, it's been 20 years since my hip surgery. And honestly, my hip still kind of hangs funky. Like the muscle has not ever really bounced back. It's changing. The scar is continuing to lighten. The muscle is continuing to slowly tone. But it's an area of my body that like I don't feel super confident about. And forever, the idea of like showing up at the beach and then doing the awkward like undressing moment or the pool or whatever into your bathing suit, it's just always felt awkward to me, like pre-hip surgery. Forever. So discovering all these other groups of people that like, they don't wear those kinds of swimsuits. Oh, and I've never really liked one pieces. I will say that. That was the other reason I think I never came across modest swimwear like in a way that I was open to it or liked it, because I never liked one pieces. I still don't like them. If you like them, I mean, some women look great in them. I think they're generally not that cute. Like they're not my jam. And I think I don't look good in them. So I've never liked them. That being said, I started going down the wormhole of trying to find more modest swimwear about 3 or 4 years ago. And I did order from some other companies and they were very cute. But what I noticed, aside from the cuteness, and there's starting to be a lot more like modest swimwear companies out there. But what I realized from the couple that I tried is that just because a swimsuit is modest, and this is going to be obvious, right? But it doesn't mean that it's high quality. It doesn't mean that it's going to, for example, maintain its shape. There was one swimsuit that I'm picturing in my head right now that I got that I loved. It was a 2-piece, but it was very modest, like a tank type top, a high-waisted skirt on the bottom. Also, I just want to throw out there that modest is extremely relative. I've actually wanted to do a video on the topic of modesty for a while now because I realize very clearly now, after going down all these like religious wormholes, that modesty and cultural wormholes, modesty is extremely relative. But I realize that I grew up around one of the most secular, atheistic, let's show our bodies, to everyone type of cultures ever. And I have to say also, before I keep going on to the swimsuit track, I am not like, how do we word this? I am not like anti-flesh, anti-skin. Clearly, I'm standing here in like my biker shorts and my sports bra with my top, my little baggy top, whatever. I mean, in some ways, there's a big part of me that's like, bodies are bodies and we all have bodies. And like everybody needs to, I think there can actually be a problem where cultures or groups of people can become so uptight about the human body that, seeing ankles can cause someone to stumble, because they just aren't, it's just become so not novel, but like, oh, we never see that. I'm not making that claim. I'm just kind of proposing that thought, something that I've noticed or thought about before. So this is not like me saying you need a certain bathing suit. I'm not like weirded out by my kids seeing people at the beach in other types of bathing suits. I think them getting used to seeing people out in the world is like part of controlling their own thoughts, you know, not projecting certain things onto other people, sins, desires. So I just have to say that. I don't even know if that thought makes sense, but like I was having a conversation with a friend maybe a few weeks ago, and I had told her, I'm like, yes, you know, discovering these bathing suits, wearing these bathing suits, it is like a modesty thing. But like I said, modesty is also really relative. So it's also like a me comfort level thing, like how I feel comfortable showing up to the beach or the pool or church camp or family vacation or like squatting over and picking up my kids or chasing them. Like that's part of what this is. So back to the quality thing with the bathing suits. I was just checking the sound levels on my camera, and I am becoming a little bit paranoid about the fact that I'm like, welcome to my modest swimwear haul. And then I kind of look a little bit half naked. Not fully, but whatever. I already gave my spiel. So back to the quality of the swimsuits. As I was saying, I first started dabbling in modest swimwear a few years ago. And when I got this one suit I'm thinking of in particular, it was so cute. Tank top, high-waisted skirt on the bottom, so cute. But when I would get in the water, the material would like soak up all of the water. So it would stretch way out. Like the skirt would get super long and like saggy at the bottom, and it didn't dry very fast. So you were kind of like sitting in all of this excess wet fabric, and it really bummed me out. And I really could only wear the swimsuit for one season because the water like weighing down the swimsuit and stretching it out made it so that the swimsuit itself actually had stretched out to the point where, yeah, it was only wearable for one season because the next year it had completely stretched out. So that bummed me out, but I still wanted to keep my search going because it was really awesome to wear a swimsuit that like wasn't uncomfortable. Like I said, for me to get undressed at the beach or like be doing all the things I mentioned before. So I kept the search going, and I stumbled across the best modest swimwear. Ow, my finger like jammed when I did that, but we're called modest swimwear ever. And this brand, you may have heard of it because it is kind of taking the internet by storm because it is so good. It is called Honeymark. And I will kind of talk through like the suits, why I love them, different patterns and all of that as we go. But I guess just like a quick intro, all of those cons that I gave to that other modest swimsuit that I got, like stretching out, only being able to wear it for one season, drying slow, all of that, Honeymark is the exact opposite. I joke to people regularly that like the fabric is like some kind of magic fabric. I don't know. I'm actually a little bit weird about wanting like more natural fabrics in my life, but not in this case because I like that it like magically dries fast, that it does not stretch, that you can wear. I've had the same suit from them now for, we're almost going on 3 years, some of the like the original suits, and I keep wearing them. So I'm going to show you quite a few suits today because since I was so obsessed with them and like screaming their name from the rooftops, I actually kind of work with Honeymark now. So I have access to like more of their swimsuits. So I recently got a big haul for their 2025 swim season, and I'm very excited to share with you. I'm going to model them for you, talk you through it. I will say at the top, I do have a discount code. I will put that right here on the screen. I believe it's Nikki10, and it gets you 10% off. And I do receive a kickback from that. And I just have to say in advance, thank you to those of you that have bought just from any of my links in general. But I know a chunk of you have bought from Honeymark, and I really appreciate it. And I hope that you are as obsessed with your Honeymark suits as I am. So now that I've done all of that blabbering, I'm going to start trying on suits for you. All right. So this is very exciting. This is actually my favorite, I would say my favorite suit from Honeymark. So this is actually a new print for 2025, but this is their ginger swim romper. And this is the suit that made me fall in love with Honeymark. This thing is not only super cute, by the way, I am wearing a size small. I have their swimsuits in like a couple of different sizes, or well, 2 different sizes. I have mediums and I have smalls, not of like every print, but from a couple of different ones. And I will say the small is very, very snug on me. Like when I'm putting it on, it also almost seems like it's not going to fit. but it kind of fits perfectly because it is so supportive. I mean, all of the Honeymark suits, I mean, any size you're gonna get, but especially for me, the small, because it's a little more compact, but it's so supportive up top and just fits very well. If you've never seen these before, by the way, all of the ginger rompers have pockets on them. They've got the ruffles on the bottom, the ruffles on the shoulders, which is really awesome because you end up not getting like super distinct tan lines because the ruffles almost kind of like diffuse the sun on your shoulders. All of their swimsuits are breastfeeding friendly, so you can easily just pull your boob out and feed your baby, and just really supportive. That's a big question that I've been asked like many times. And while I am not the most large chested girl on the planet, I'm breastfeeding, so they are, you know, more sizable right now. And the suits are just very supportive. My smalls and my mediums, very supportive, so cute. All right, so we have another ginger swim romper, and this one is so cute. I believe the pattern is called like toffee gingham. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, but this one is actually a size medium. And I will say the medium feels even more like an outfit to me and even less like a bathing suit. So I don't know. I really don't know how I pick. I've just like shot multiple videos for them and I like doing multiple sizes. Now, as I was saying before, what is really awesome about these swimsuits is they really don't stretch out. Like when you get out of the water, it is crazy how fast these swimsuits dry, how little they actually stretch from the weight of the water, and how they actually bounce back to their shape. So these are not suits that you'll have for one season because the fabric stretched out too far and now it's not your size anymore. Like, no. Honeymark swimsuits are so high quality and not only just, you know, super cute, but really high quality. And I have figured out now in this new world of like modest swimwear becoming a thing, the quality is really important. Okay, this one is so cute. Okay, that was a little dramatic, but also not. I am obsessed with this color. I'm also kind of obsessed with this cut. So this looks like a dress. It's not. It's actually a top and a skirt. And I'm wearing a size medium on the bottom and a size small on the top. And I think that it's so cute. It gives such retro vibes, like just the fitted nature of this whole thing with the, you know, the swoop out. And the cool thing about this skirt is you do not just have like a bikini bottom underneath, you actually have shorts underneath. And the doubly cool thing about these shorts, so I don't have this problem, but I've heard this from other people. So in case you do, I feel I need to pass this on to you, but the shorts are long enough to prevent chafing. So you have full coverage. You're not just gonna like swing around in your skirt and like, well, dang, I wanted my butt covered. Like your butt will still be covered. And just like all of the other Honeymark suits, you have pockets. I will give you a warning though, the pockets are a little bit too convenient. I have accidentally jumped in the lake with our car's electric key in my pocket. So just be careful, but so cute. Like I said, obsessed with the color, obsessed with the shape, just like love it. Okay, I believe that this one is called the Sage Swim Romper, and I just feel like every single one that I put on, I want to be like, this is so cute, but it is so cute. I absolutely love it. Now, in the Sage Swim Romper, I always go for a medium. I don't even really fit in the small in the Sage Swim Romper, like it's just awkwardly tight on me, but in this one, so yeah, in this one, I always go for the medium, and I really feel like this swimsuit especially looks like an actual outfit, like very comfortable to just run to the grocery store after the lake, actually run errands or pick your kids up from wherever in this and then go to the pool or the lake or the beach or whatever. And I love this color. I feel like especially this season, although every season, I feel like they really just nailed the colors. I'm actually going to be showing you a swimsuit next that has colors that I'm obsessed with. Like it's just so beautiful. But yeah, this one, like the others, has pockets, amazing, and a built-in super supportive bra underneath. So even though it looks like loose and flowy up top, you are not just like hanging underneath. You've got like a supportive bra built in there as well. I actually just realized that the elastic was twisted underneath, so that might have looked funky for a second. The elastic under the bra, but yeah, you've got a supportive bra built in there, and then the loose, you know, up top. So it really just looks like a little romper, a little jumper. Is that what they call it in England? I feel like that's what they call it in England. So cute. Okay, so this is the color I was talking about. How amazing is this? It's like an emerald green, kind of, not really quite emeraldy. Now on this suit, this is the ginger swim romper again, by the way, and this is in a size small. And on this suit, I think they call it like Pebble Beach or something like that, but you've got these polka dots, tiny little white speckled, maybe they call it speckled beach, I don't remember, that's ringing a bell, little speckles of white mixed in with the green, and I think that it is just such a beautiful color, such a beautiful fabric, and I absolutely love it. All right, so I don't remember what this print is called or the name of this dress, but this is their swim dress, and once again, I feel like I need some more adjectives beyond just, isn't it cute, but so cute. It like doesn't go tightly against the body. It kind of skims it, if that's the way we want to word it, and then loosely kind of goes out into like almost an A cut. Just like all of the suits, you've got pockets on the side. I feel like it's a really great length where it's not like awkwardly long, but it's not super duper short. And then also just like the skirt, I think they call that the sugar skirt, that the purple piece that I was wearing, there are shorts underneath that once again are long enough so that you're not going to chafe. I probably didn't need to repeat that. You got the gist from the other one, but so cute. Okay, I had to show you. This is the same, like, I think they call it a basil wrap top and a sugar skirt. I think that's what it's called, in that jade emerald color that I absolutely love. So cute. Once again, I'm wearing a medium on the bottom and a small on the top, and I just love it. I feel like it looks like the most beautifully well-fitted 1950s dress, except you get to swim in it. So, okay, so this print is definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite. And I know it's pretty like basic, like just polka dots, but I love it. This one is actually a suit that I got last year. So it's a current print, but it is like I've had it for over a year and I have worn it so many times. This is also a size medium. I don't know if you guys are beginning to be able to tell the size differences in the ones that I'm wearing, but this is a medium. I've worn it, I want to say over 100 times, maybe more than that, between the lake and my parents' jacuzzi. I absolutely love it. It fits just the same way it did when I first got it, which, like I told you, is one of the most incredible things about the Honeymark bathing suits. And I love this print. I love this color. It's kind of like a bronze color almost, and I love the big polka dots on it. It feels extra retro, super duper cute, and I just love this. Wearing this swimsuit with like my Ray-Bans literally makes me feel like a retro 1950s beachgoer. So yeah, guys, that is it for this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Summer is summering on us now. I'm very happy, especially being here in North Idaho, where it is very cold for a large chunk of the year. I am stoked for summer to be here. I hope that you guys have an amazing, I'm kind of skipping ahead a bit. I hope you guys have an amazing spring break. I hope you have an amazing summer and happy shopping. Like I said, I have a code, Nikki10, for 10% off. Thank you in advance if you shop with my code. And I really truly believe that it is such money well spent and that you will not regret your purchase. Please let me know if you end up purchasing a Honeymark swimsuit, because I would love to hear from you. I would love to know if you're as obsessed as I am with mine. I guess I could step farther forward. I feel kind of like I'm still like modeling my swimsuit, but that is it, guys. I will, God willing, see you back here soon with another new video. And yeah, bye.